welcome to this week's Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Margarita, and Margarita is from Azamara, and I'm super excited. It's a brand new year. This is my first recording in the new year of 2022, and I'm excited to start it with you. So I'm just looking forward to learning more about what all your brand and what you offer.
Perfect. Well, things, as we were just talking about, are constantly changing in this ever-changing world of ours. But I am Margarita, and I'm based in Ottawa, working with Azamara now for over a year, covering Eastern Canada, and so happy to be here with you today, Kathleen. So one of the things I love about our brand, of course, is if we talk about, we love to connect people with people, people with cultures, people with themselves. And really, I find, and probably you do too, the more you travel, the more you appreciate home. So you sort of have this open-ended outlook on different cultures, gives you a different perspective. And what I find is, somebody once asked me, what's my favorite destination? And I said, to be honest, it's home. But I think you only truly appreciate that when you get out there and see the rest of the world, and you realize how very fortunate we are. But I love, it's that sense of curiosity and exploration. And of course, our hashtag is explore further. So we love to really immerse everybody into our destinations. So you have those moments where you just look around and go, I can't believe I'm here. This is so awesome. So we do a lot of things to really focus on destination immersion. And of course, a lot of that is getting closer to the destination than most other cruise lines are able to get. And when you get closer to the heart of the destination, it allows you to get out of those, not just the iconic sites, but going into and diving in a little bit deeper. So we have longer stays. We have more overnights. So we have over 300 late night stays and 170 overnight stays in our 2022-23 itineraries. We go to 70 different countries. We have 275 unique ports. And I love that we go to world events like the British Open. We go to Monte Carlo for the Grand Prix. We will be going to FIFA World Cup. So those sorts of world theme events are fantastic. We also have wine and culture events. And as I say, because of the size of our ships, we're able to go to ports that the bigger ships simply cannot get into.
Right. And I love that because they aren't near as North Americanized, to kind of say it, like it's not touristy. You're actually seeing the culture, and that means a lot to me. I love that.
Absolutely. So here we've got in Marseille, France, of course, you think about the Can. You just look at this picture and you know exactly where you are.
Right.
So it's sort of a very interesting, but that's what we like to do. We like to immerse ourselves into the culture. And with our Azamara shore excursions, it's easier than ever to get immersed into the heart of the local culture in many different ways. So you can eat, explore, live like a local. So no matter where you go, independent local tour operators are the ones that we curate. So we're able to actually, as we say, get closer to the culture as well as to the destination. One of the things that people love about Azamara, of course, are our As Amazing evenings. At this point in time, what we have done is stop that because we can't take 700 people to a specific destination. But what we have done is we brought that experience on board with our destination celebration.
Okay.
So here you can almost guess exactly where these photos were taken. So this was the quest in Greece this past summer, and we brought the 2 violins on board, and we had a fantastic Greek experience on board the ship and on our outdoor deck, and it was extremely well received. So the comments that we got back were incredible. So we do like to have that authentic service. We have fantastic crew on board, really hailing from over 55 countries. Because of, again, the size of our ship, they know your name, they know your preferences. You can go up to the bar and they'll look at you and they'll say, oh, can I get you that mimosa that you're looking for, that you had yesterday? I was just recently on the quest, and One of the girls was telling me that she had witnessed somebody at the Mosaics coffee bar, and she was saying, you know, 2 risotto shot or ristretto shots with soy milk with this and that. And then the guy was sort of rolling his eyes, and the next day, exactly, she came up and he goes, I got it. And he knew,
Yeah,
he
you didn't even
remembered
have to tell me. Yeah. Great.
knew
That's
exactly what it was
amazing.
that, yeah. So she was saying, you know, people online were kind of going, oh my God, that you very, very specific coffee recommendation. But the guy the next day remembered her, remembered exactly what it was that she wanted. So
Right.
I love when you have that sort of experience
Yes.
of that authentic
That
service.
just
So
makes you feel valued, and it makes you feel like, you know, you're a part of the family of the cruise ship. So that's really nice that they
exactly.
do that. Yeah.
And you don't, and nothing is too much, right? There's never
Never
a
enough.
request that is too much or yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
As long
great.
as it's within the confines of the law, they'll do it for you.
Good way to look at it.
That's right. I'll just
Um,
slide that one in there. But yeah.
yeah. So you've probably seen this on our website.
Mhm.
We've got a great blue banner at the top of our website that says Explore While at Sea. And that is where you will find all our protocol, just so that we can get this topic out of the way.
Mhm.
All of our protocols right now, everybody on board, from crew to officers to guests, are vaccinated.
Right.
So right before I got on board the Quest, all of the crew that day had received their booster shots.
Okay.
We require masks to be worn in public areas indoors,
Mhm.
obviously not so much in your stateroom or suite, but or outdoors by the pool area or while eating or drinking. But if you're in the show lounge or sitting in the library doing some research, then of course you would require your masks on then,
Right.
but otherwise not so much.
Mhm.
As far as other things, we had just talked about it. We do, for Canadians, offer PCR tests on board the vessel prior to returning back to Canada. So you
Oh,
have
fabulous.
everything for your ArriveCan app
Mhm.
is available to you.
Oh, that's
We
great.
send it to you by electronic mail as well as a hard copy in your
Mhm.
stateroom, so you can take a photo of that and upload that into your ArriveCan app as well.
That's
I
perfect.
don't know if there's any other questions that you have, but of course, our Cruise with Confidence was extended until the end of January. So if you book anything from now until the end of April, you
Mhm.
have the ability to cancel up to 48 hours prior to departure and receive 100% future cruise credit for any sailings up until the end of April. And you can book your second cruise if you happen to feel the need to cancel up until the end of December of 2022.
Oh, perfect. That gives you lots
Yeah,
of time to look at
exactly.
different destinations if you need to cancel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hopefully right now we are continuing on our sailings. We've got the Canary Islands and we've got the Caribbean, and that is right through until the end of April right now.
Yeah, Canary Islands would be gorgeous. That would be a nice
Absolutely.
destination to see. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is our home away from home while you
Mhm.
are on board. So that fifth bump that has been in place with Azamara since pre-COVID.
Mhm.
So you will find a lot of the times people don't shake hands. They do the fist bump or the elbow bump, but we really have always focused on. So that picture was taken pre-COVID, which is interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
you may have heard that we have 4 ships now. So we've got the Pursuit, the Quest, the Journey, and coming out in May of 2022 is the new Onward,
Oh, nice.
which
That's not too far away.
it's not. It's seriously just around the corner. And
Mhm.
we've been talking about the Onward now for almost a year. We didn't know her name then, but now we
Right.
do. So all of these ships are identical. All of
Mhm.
them carry 700 guests. We've got a crew of just over 400. So the crew to guest ratio is a 1.7. So that is why we are able to understand what coffees you like, understand what
Mhm.
drinks you like, and understand where you want to sit when you're in the dining room. So those sorts of things are really taken into consideration.
That's
And I
great.
love this picture with the 4 ships, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it's
And I
just
think the name really fits with everything going on with COVID and with everything, we're just
the
going
Onward.
onward. We're just starting new and keeping going.
Yeah,
That's great. I like
onward in
that name.
space and time. So it's
Yeah.
basically, it's fantastic, not only for our travel industry, but it's
Hmm.
great for the cruise industry. And it's great for us as a brand, because not only coming out of COVID and going back out and exploring the world, but we're now an independent company. So we're going to be able to do things a little bit more independently
Right.
and really focus on what our guests require and need, and
Hmm.
making sure that those requirements are met.
And
So
that's great.
yeah. So this is one of our suites. You can
Mm.
really see. So when you get into suite accommodation, you'll see just on the little dresser under the television there,
Mhm,
um, there is a drink bar. So when
mhm,
you're in suite accommodations, you do have that mixed bar availability for you. But the other accommodations, we do have suites, verandas. Verandas is probably one of the most popular,
mhm.
because you do get that outdoor space. We do have ocean view, and 10% of our inventory is those inside staterooms.
Okay.
So suites, as I say, you get a little bit more than the added space. You have butler service. We have laundry facilities, so you can do one bag of laundry for every 7 days at sea.
Mhm.
You have complimentary um, dinners in our specialty dining. So it is more than just the space when you get into that suite accommodation. Of course, verandas give you that ability to step outside. I had a veranda. I was so happy to receive a veranda, because I would have morning coffees
Mhm.
as we would pull into, like I remember pulling into St. Thomas, sitting there having my coffee and just looking out going, oh my gosh, look at, there we are. So
Oh,
uh, um,
beautiful.
yeah, and checking out
Yeah.
what's the temperature today, just
Mhm.
exactly what am I going to be wearing. So I love that, and
Yeah.
stargazing at night, nothing beats
Great.
that. So yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah, I just love, me too. I love having a balcony. It's just something I don't think I would cruise without one, to be completely honest. I would,
yeah,
wait a little bit longer to be able to afford the balcony as opposed to doing an inside or an ocean view. I
yeah.
just love the idea of sitting out there, like you said, having breakfast, just watching you pull into port, just enjoying the ocean breeze. There's nothing, you can't beat that.
Yeah. So one thing that I will say is that Azamara, we tend to sell from the top category down.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if you are looking at a suite, I would definitely encourage you to think about that sooner than later, like book
Mm.
farther in advance to ensure that you can get that suite accommodation that you're looking for.
Yes.
So, and it's
Great
very
point.
interesting. You go to our website, and if you're looking for that suite accommodations, you are looking farther out.
Yeah.
It's just
Hmm.
not
And
readily.
how far is your schedule out currently? Are you
we
2023 or 4?
2024. Yep.
2024. Wow,
Yep.
amazing. That's great.
So we got up to Q1 of no, sorry, 2023, but then of course our world cruise is 2024, which I'm going to touch on a little
Great.
bit.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds good.
sorry.
Sorry, didn't
So
mean to
yeah,
jump
we do
ahead.
have oh, sorry, I went too fast. So we've
Okay.
got these are our public spaces. Of course, we've got our spa and fitness facility.
Mhm.
The cabaret lounge is where most of the entertainment will go. It's also where you tend to meet to learn about the destination prior to the day prior to
Mhm.
arrival. You'll be able to
Great.
go to the cabaret lounge and learn a little bit about what's going on. And then, of course, our iconic evening. So we've got our bright night events, what used to be known as our white night events.
Mhm.
Um, and then, of course, those destination celebrations that we're currently doing. As far as dining, which is always synonymous with cruising,
Yes.
we've got in the center picture here is our main dining room, which is Discoveries,
Mhm.
and that is tableside service. It is fantastic for breakfast. I unfortunately was one of these people who didn't try um, Discoveries for breakfast until probably 4 days into my sailing.
Mhm.
But it's just so nice not to do buffet style and have somebody actually serve you. And I thought it was just a fantastic experience.
Yeah, it's nice to be
Um,
pampered, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got our casual dining with the patio, which in the daytime is buffet style, but in the evening it's linen tablecloths, tableside
Mhm.
service, and of course you can see them making your food, preparing the food right there.
Mm.
And then, of course, our specialty dining. So we've got Prime Sea and Aquilina. Prime Sea is a steakhouse.
Mhm.
Aquilina is seafood, Italian style. very intimate. We do have a surcharge of $30 per person for these specialty dining rooms, and we require reservations. So it is something that you would have to book in advance.
Mhm.
So when I say book in advance, you can't book it until you are on board the ship, but don't wait until the day of that you're looking at doing it. And a lot of people will dine at the specialty dining when you have a day at sea. So certainly if you have a day at sea and think, well, this is the day that I'm going to try specialty dining,
Mhm.
make sure you do book it as soon as you get on board.
Yes, good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. And of course, when we talk about luxuries that are included, this is a big telltale. Of course, our drinks are included, but other things that are included are our gratuities. When we say food and beverages, it's not just wine with lunch and dinner. It would be drinks throughout the ship, throughout the day, in all of our bar services as well. We do have the cultural evenings, so the As Amazing evenings when we come back in April. We're hoping to bring those back, but right now it's destination celebrations and of course our
Mhm.
Bright Night events. And if we can't get as close to the destination as we were hoping, then we do offer a shuttle service for you.
Great. Yeah.
So where do we sail?
Mm.
Of course, we've got the Caribbean right now and the Canary Islands, but in the summer, Europe is definitely what we call our bread and butter.
Mhm.
So European destinations, Greece, we do Greece like nobody else, of course, and we've got our country intensive itineraries as well. As we come out of 2022, we will be going back into South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Asia, and the Middle East. So we do have those itineraries available up until Q1 of 2023. So there's no need to wait to book. You can certainly find those itineraries available online now.
Fabulous.
And then, of course, one of the biggest features with Azamara, not only getting close to the destination, but those late night stays. So anything after 8 p.m. is considered a late night stay. And then there are some places that we go to, like St. Petersburg or Bordeaux, where we think, you know what, we really do require an overnight stay here.
Yeah.
So there are quite often that we will have overnight stays in a lot of the itineraries that we go to.
Which is great because then you can experience the nightlife and then you can go back the next day refreshed
You
and you
know
can
what?
just hit
I
what you didn't get a chance to see.
I agree. And it's
Yeah.
so nice to see that transition from daytime to nighttime. Like when we go into Saint-Tropez,
Mhm.
to see that cultural exchange of night, or when we're going into Santorini and you have that sunset and you
Mhm.
can stay for the entire sunset. And then you see the city sort of come to life with its nightlife. So we do go into smaller ports. We do try and get into those city centers. I love this shot on the top right-hand side where you can actually see exactly how close the ships do get into port.
Mhm.
And then, which we're not a river cruise line by any stretch of the
Right.
imagination, but when a lot of the other ships go into Bordeaux, they don't actually go into Bordeaux. So they'll maybe dock at La Rochelle, where
Mhm.
we go up the Gendron River and we go right into the heart of Bordeaux, which
Oh,
is nice.
fabulous. Yeah.
Another itinerary, Sevilla. You know, a lot of the ships will dock in Cadiz. Well,
Mhm.
we go right up the Guadalquivir River and we dock right into
Yeah.
Sevilla.
I mean,
Same
why
thing
would you
with
sit for an hour or more on a bumpy shuttle bus when you can get right off and walk to where you want to
exactly.
go? Yeah.
And moreover, we actually will overnight in Bordeaux and Sevilla. So you can go,
Amazing.
in Bordeaux, maybe spend one day in this majestic city and the next day go wine touring,
Mhm.
so you have those options.
Yeah.
Same thing in Sevilla, you could spend one day in Sevilla and then maybe go to Cordova or someplace
Mhm.
in the surrounding area. So we do like to focus on country intensive itineraries. So if you were thinking about doing a land-based vacation in France, you
Mhm.
might want to think about Azamara instead.
Right.
Whereas all the iconic city centers are moreover on the coastlines because that's how the country would have developed
Mhm.
um, those years ago. So but we do have quite a few country intensive itineraries, particularly in Europe. So we've got,
Mhm.
of course, France, Croatia, Spain, Italy, Ireland, Scotland. But we've also got Iceland, we've got South Africa, Japan, um, there's places in South America as well that we go
Wow.
into. So
Yeah.
where we do really focus on the country intensive
Mhm. And
voyages.
that's a really a wonderful way to see those countries because I mean, everybody says you unpack once, but it's a lot more than just that. Like you said, you have a staff that know you, that are taking care of you, and you know that you're going to have those excellent accommodations because it's traveling with you. So
Yeah.
what better way to see it than that? That's fabulous.
Yeah. And the other thing that we do is we actually will um, contract local guides to take
Okay.
for our short excursions, right? So
Mhm.
you are getting that very much authentic local feel when you are in those destinations as well. So
That's
yeah,
great. Yeah.
yeah. And so we have, of course, the new Onward, which
Mhm.
will be christened on the 2nd of May, 2022. And her first itinerary will be sailing from Monte Carlo. And again, we do have an overnight stay in Livorno. So Livorno being the gateway to Tuscany, allows you to perhaps visit Florence one day and then Pisa the next. So
Mhm.
it's kind of nice. And then we go to Rome, docking in Civitavecchia, going through the Amalfi Coast with Sorrento and Amalfi, going into Montenegro, and then hopefully by May of 2022, docking right in Venice. Right now, for the end of the 21 European season,
Mhm.
we couldn't get into Venice because our ship was too large, but we do truly hope that in 2022 we'll be back in
Oh,
Venice.
great.
And it is an overnight stay, which
Mhm.
is a very relaxing way to use your um, as we say, our little beautiful hotel
Yeah.
that floats on the water, and
Mhm.
have that as your stay point.
Yeah.
So the
Amazing.
Onward will be going into quite a few country intensive destinations as well. So we've got France, Italy, of course, Greece, lots of Greek itineraries,
Mhm.
Croatia, and the Black Sea. So just a quick look at what some of the Greek intensive voyages will be on the Onward. We've got 7 nights, May 28th, 10 nights in July, and then 8 nights in August. So again, overnight, late night stays through quite a few of these itineraries, a return trip from Athens, as well as Athens to Istanbul or Athens to Venice. So
Mhm.
quite a few options there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
love Greece.
gorgeous. Yeah.
So yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then, of course, outside of that, we've got the Mediterranean. So there's the best of the Med, there's the classics. So really lots of options, but this isn't available just on the Onward. Of course, there are the other 3 ships that we have as well that will be sailing throughout Europe in the summer of
Mhm. Yeah.
2022.
And a lot of
And,
people, they don't really realize that you can go see, that one right in the middle, the pharaohs, kings, and emperors. They don't
mhm,
think about a cruise ship for that. They just think, oh, I have to book a land package, but why not a cruise? It's fabulous to
absolutely.
go and see it with that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, like you
So,
said, you've got the local guides who know the area too.
yeah.
Mhm.
So new announcement. So we announced
Okay.
this at the end of last year, but we will be doing a world voyage. So this is
Oh,
happening in 2024.
okay.
It will be a 155 night journey on board, of course, the new Onward. And we are calling it a comprehensive way to experience all 7 wonders of the world. So we'll be visiting 40 countries and 6 continents. So seeing those iconic sites like the Great
Mhm.
Wall of China, um, Chichen Itza, Easter Island. So just as a quick example, we will be sailing on January 5th of
Mhm.
2024, going through Central America. So you've got some of the going through, Central America down to Chile, South America, then going over to the French Polynesian Islands, on to the South Pacific, New Zealand, Australia, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Thailand. We have overnight stays in India, Dubai, Egypt, the Suez Canal, Israel, and Turkey. And then we go over through to Europe. Some of the places that we are hitting in Europe,
Mhm.
of course, the European gems and iconic sites through Turkey. We also hit into Egypt, Israel, and then we have the Mediterranean.
Wow.
This sailing, as I say, is 155 nights and ends in Barcelona, Spain on June 9th of 2024.
Okay.
So from January to June, not a bad way to spend the winter months.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, no snow, that would be
Exactly.
beautiful.
And then we have so many benefits to this package. So there will be onboard spending credits. There will be onboard spending credits to spend towards shore excursions. We will be offering unlimited Wi-Fi. We'll be upgrading everybody on the World Cruise to the premium drink package.
Okay.
We have round trip business airfare. We have a hotel night prior to the voyage, all transfers to and from the airport, hotel to ship, transfer of luggages. All in all, quite honestly, Kathleen, it's $22,000 in benefits when you do book this world
Wow.
cruise. So
Incredible.
it has been selling very well. I'm so happy that I have a few from my territory that will be doing the entire voyage. So that's sort of
So you get to
exciting.
hear all about it too. That's perfect.
I know I'm very excited for the people who have been able to do it. And I think one of the reasons it's been so successful is a result of the fact that we haven't been able to travel for so long. So people are going, you know what? I saved for 3 years and I'm doing this. So what a great way to check off that done, you know.
I can't imagine how many memory cards I would need for that voyage. Like just looking at all the iconic places, that would, oh my goodness. Wow.
Sorry, my phone.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Work calls.
Yeah. The other thing that I do want to say is that we do have a promotion on right now. As you know, we're in Wave month. So Wave is when all the cruise lines are saying, look what we've got. Look at these great specials that we have. So if you book anything between now and the end of March, you save 30% per person, plus receive an onboard spending credit of $500. So that would be per stateroom. So that $500 onboard spending credit, of course, you don't need to spend it on your drinks. You don't need to spend it on gratuities. So it would be used towards your shore excursions, towards any sort of onboard spending credits that you have on board the ship. So we've got a great shop on board. So there are
massage, you can get your nails
get a massage. Exactly. I like the way you're thinking. So that is available until the end of March for any voyage from January 2022 right up until March of 2023.
Oh, that's great. Super.
Yeah. Perfect. So that is it in a nutshell. And I really appreciate your inviting me to join you today.
I'm so happy you were able to come and be the first one of 2022 as well.
I know.
Very great. Exciting. A new beginning. I'm looking forward to a brand new year, and I'm looking forward to partnering with Azamara and making sure all my clients can come and sail with you and just have an amazing time.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, we do have a very, very high repeat factor. So you get them on once and we'll take care of it from there.
Absolutely. Well, I know they're in good hands too.
Yeah, so no, awesome. It is a fantastic experience for sure.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you so much again for putting that all together. And I hope everybody has a great week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this week's Cruise Chat with Azamara. It was a pleasure to meet with Margarita again and to get caught up and to see what they're doing in the new year and beyond. And it was that world cruise. Wasn't that just amazing to see that? 154 days, I think. But the great part is you get to miss the Canadian and the Northern States winter. You get to go and see the world and explore it. And that would just be a dream come true to do that. And if you'd like any information on the world cruise or on any other things that we talked about today, just reach out to me at info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com and I'll get back to you right away. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Kim from Viking Cruises, and it's been a while since I've talked with Kim, so it's going to be nice to get caught up and to see what Viking is doing as well. And I don't know if you're aware, but Viking also has not just a river cruise line, which is what they're world famous for, but they also have an ocean going vessel. I believe that they have 2 ocean vessels and they have all of their river cruises as well. They have a ton of river cruises, but they do ocean, which is kind of neat to see. And if you want to get in on the action, to get in on the conversation, come join us on Facebook, Plenty of Sunshine Travel on Facebook. Make sure also, if you're listening to this on our Cruising the Waves podcast, if you want to see some of the images, to head on over to our YouTube channel. It's Plenty of Sunshine Travel on YouTube. It's pretty much Plenty of Sunshine Travel straight across the board, but it's Plenty of Sunshine Travel on YouTube. And by all means, come and see that. And I've also made playlists for each and every cruise line that I meet with. So if you want to see anything else on Azamara and all the other times that we've met, be sure to check out the playlist and to check all those out. So thank you so much for watching this week. I hope everybody's having a great week, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.